National Accountability Office, NAO. Core Principle. No institution entrusted with public power shall exist without independent oversight, transparency, audit, and accountability. The purpose of the National Accountability Office is to provide permanent constitutional oversight of public institutions, public spending, public officials, and the exercise of public authority. The National Accountability Office exists to investigate, audit, inspect, and report. It does not govern. It does not legislate. It does not regulate. It does not prosecute. It does not replace the courts. Its sole purpose is to ensure that public institutions remain accountable to the law, the Constitution, Parliament, and the public. 1. Constitutional status. The National Accountability Office shall be established as an independent constitutional institution. The office shall be independent from government ministers, political parties, the civil service, police forces, regulators, public corporations, and private interests. The office shall answer only to constitutional law and its statutory oversight requirements. No government may suspend, direct, or interfere with an investigation except where national security exemptions are approved through constitutional procedures. 2. Scope of oversight. The National Accountability Office may investigate and audit government departments, Whitehall departments, senior civil servants, regulators, police forces, public bodies, publicly owned corporations, local authorities, government procurement contracts, public spending programs, and constitutional institutions. No publicly funded body shall be exempt from oversight. 3. Organizational structure. The National Accountability Office shall consist of 4 independent divisions. Civil Service Inspectorate. Responsible for Whitehall oversight, departmental performance, procurement reviews, project delivery reviews, corruption investigations, and administrative misconduct investigations. Regulatory Inspectorate. Responsible for Category A public bodies, Category B regulators, compliance reviews, transparency audits, and regulatory misconduct investigations. Police and Justice Inspectorate. Responsible for police performance audits, police misconduct reviews, prison oversight, court administration reviews, and justice system accountability investigations. The Inspectorate may investigate misconduct and institutional failure but shall not interfere with judicial decisions except through lawful review procedures. Public Finance Inspectorate. Responsible for public spending audits, government contracts, procurement oversight, fraud investigations, waste investigations, and financial transparency reviews. 4. Investigative powers. The National Accountability Office may compel production of documents, audit financial records, inspect departmental records, interview officials, review communications relevant to investigations, conduct performance reviews, and publish findings. The office may not arrest individuals, prosecute criminal cases, sentence offenders, create regulations, create laws, or exercise executive authority. Where criminal conduct is identified, evidence shall be referred to the appropriate prosecuting authority. 5. Public transparency system. The National Accountability Office shall operate under a principle of maximum transparency. Every completed investigation shall produce public summary report, written in plain language. The report shall explain what was investigated, why it was investigated, What evidence was reviewed? What findings were reached? And what action is recommended? Full investigation report. The full report shall contain evidence, witness testimony, audit findings, financial records, legal analysis, and supporting documentation. National security exemptions may apply where necessary. The default position shall be publication. 6. Named accountability. Where misconduct is formally established, responsible officials shall be identified by name. Anonymous institutional blame shall not be used to shield individual wrongdoing. Citizens have the right to know who exercised public authority and how that authority was used. 7. Citizen accountability petition. Citizens may trigger an accountability review petition. A petition may be submitted where credible evidence exists of corruption, abuse of authority, misuse of public funds, political interference, administrative obstruction, regulatory misconduct, police misconduct, or major institutional failure. Petitions require supporting evidence, verification procedures, and minimum signature thresholds established by law. Successful petitions require the National Accountability Office to conduct a formal review. The petition triggers investigation, not automatic guilt. 8. Mandatory audits. All major public institutions shall undergo periodic review. Minimum audit periods. Annual financial audits. 3-year performance audits. 5-year structural reviews. 10-year constitutional reviews. No institution shall be permanently exempt from review. 9. Public body renewal reviews. All Category B regulatory bodies shall automatically expire after 10 years unless renewed by Parliament. Renewal reviews shall assess effectiveness, necessity, public benefit, cost, accountability, and constitutional compliance. Institutions unable to justify their continued existence shall be dissolved. 10. Protection for whistleblowers. Any public servant reporting corruption, abuse of office, unlawful conduct, political interference, or misuse of public funds shall receive legal protection. Retaliation against whistleblowers shall constitute serious misconduct. 11. Personal accountability. No public official may avoid responsibility by claiming, "I was only following orders." This principle applies to civil servants, police officers, regulators, public officials, local authority officers, and all holders of public authority. Both the person issuing an unlawful order and the person knowingly carrying it out may be held accountable. 12. Abuse of public office. Crimes committed while exercising public authority shall be treated as aggravated offences. Public authority is granted through public trust. Abuse of that authority represents a serious breach of constitutional responsibility. Enhanced penalties may apply where misconduct occurs under colour of office. 13. Oversight of the National Accountability Office. The National Accountability Office itself shall not be exempt from oversight. An independent constitutional review panel shall conduct annual reviews of NAO investigations, spending, transparency, legal compliance, and use of authority. The panel shall be selected from Constitutional Court representatives, parliamentary oversight committees, and citizen oversight panels. No watchdog shall become immune from scrutiny. 14. Constitutional principle. The purpose of the National Accountability Office is not to create another center of power. Its purpose is to ensure that power remains accountable wherever it exists. Government shall be accountable. Civil servants shall be accountable. Police shall be accountable. Regulators shall be accountable. Public bodies shall be accountable. The National Accountability Office shall ensure that no institution exercising public authority may operate beyond lawful scrutiny, transparency, and constitutional oversight. For point 1 cost, National Accountability Office, NAO. Low-cost scenario. Assumptions. Small organization. Largely built from existing audit bodies. Limited AI integration. Focus on major spending only. Minimal legal disputes. One-off costs. Item cost. Office creation £25 million. IT systems £20 million. Initial recruitment £25 million. Audit software £15 million. Public reporting system £15 million. Total one-off cost £100 million. Annual running cost. Item cost. Staff £75 million. Investigations £25 million. Audits £25 million. IT and administration £25 million. Annual cost £150 million. Medium cost scenario. Assumptions. For full inspectorates operating. AI-assisted spending analysis. National audit capability. Large procurement review team. Dedicated whistleblower protection office. One-off costs. Item cost. Office establishment £50 million. National audit systems £50 million. AI monitoring systems £50 million. Recruitment and training £50 million. Total one-off cost £200 million. Annual running cost. Item cost. Staff £150 million. Audits £50 million. Investigations £50 million. AI infrastructure £25 million. Administration £25 million. Annual cost £300 million. High cost scenario. Assumptions. Large nationwide watchdog. Extensive investigative powers. Significant legal resistance. Full AI spending monitoring platform. Continuous procurement audits. One-off costs. Item cost. National Establishment Programme £100 million. AI Audit Platform £100 million. Recruitment and Training £100 million. Legal Framework and Compliance £50 million. Total one-off cost £350 million. Annual running cost. Item cost. Staff £250 million. Investigations £100 million. Audits £100 million. AI systems £50 million. Administration £50 million. Annual cost £550 million. For point 2 cost reduction and efficiency target. Unlike most departments, the National Accountability Office exists partly to reduce waste and recover public money. Savings may come from procurement oversight, contract review, fraud detection, duplicate program identification, regulator reviews, public body closures, AI-assisted spending analysis, project performance monitoring, waste investigations, low savings scenario. Year savings. Year 1 £250 million. Year 2 £500 million. Year 3 £750 million. Year 4 £1 billion. Year 5 £1 billion. Medium savings scenario. Year savings. Year 1 £500 million. Year 2 £1 billion. Year 3 £2 billion. Year for £3 billion. Year 5 billion pounds. High savings scenario. Year savings. Year 1 billion pounds. Year 2 billion pounds. Year 3 5 billion pounds. Year for 7.5 billion pounds. Year 5 10 billion pounds. Recommended target. For CCND budgeting, I would use the medium scenario. Item amount. Setup cost £200 million. Annual cost £300 million. Year 5 savings target £5 billion per year. Net fiscal position. Scenario annual cost year 5 savings net position. Low £150 million, £1 billion plus £850m. Medium £300 million, £5 billion plus £4.7 bn. High £550 million, £10 billion plus £9.45 bn. Treasury note. The National Accountability Office should be treated as a net revenue-saving institution rather than a spending institution. Its performance should be measured not by the size of its budget, but by the verified reduction in waste, fraud, duplication, and procurement inefficiency achieved each year.